From the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Well, it's back to the same old heat and record heat today. We got past a record that was set back in 2011, which was 100 degrees, and tomorrow's record is 102 in 2011, and we'll probably surpass that, and we have more of the same as we get deeper into the weekend. In fact, the all-time record high for August is 104, set back in the year 2000. I believe it's August 30th, 2000. If we don't beat it this weekend or tie it, we have a better chance of beating or tying it later next week and in between a tropical wave. So let's get to this and show you what's going on with the tropics coming alive. And oh, here we go. Mr. High Pressure building back in. And this one's a dry high pressure ridge. You can see all the dry air. So rain chances zeroed out. I can't remember a summer where we've had probably about 40 or 50 days with zero rain chances. And the other ones, 10%, 5%. It's been one of those summers for sure. And the drought, of course, is worsening with all the dry air. Few spotty showers offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. They're streaming with the upper level flow and mainly toward the eastern Gulf. So no promise of rain. And today the drought status index updated and puts all of Acadiana in a severe to most of us in an extreme drought area, and we'll be pushing exceptional in the weeks ahead. So the drought continues to worsen. We were hopeful we're going to see maybe a pretty decent soaking Monday or Tuesday with that tropical wave, but the models all are kind of heading more toward the Gulf of Mexico with that moisture. We'll show you that coming up in just a bit. So here's the big picture. This is Hurricane Hillary here. This is going to become a major hurricane. We'll show you how that goes in just a little bit. Right now, though, the Gulf Caribbean relatively quiet, but the systems out in the Atlantic Basin that we've been tracking are looking better and better and do have at least a moderate chance of development over the next 7 days, generally heading off to the northwest. So no threats to the Gulf of Mexico at this time. We just got to keep an eye on these systems out there. And then down the road, a tropical wave. This is the beginning of it showing up here. Will be pushing through the Gulf of Mexico Monday, Tuesday of next week. A low end chance of development, perhaps a depression or maybe even a weak tropical storm. But development or not, it looks like the bulk of the moisture stays offshore for Louisiana, mainly heads toward Texas. And that's how we'll show it to you here on the Euro model. Here's Hillary here raking Baja through the weekend and then delivering heavy rains to SoCal and Nevada. And then here's our tropical wave. And there is a suggestion that there's going to be broad low pressure, but the deepest moisture looks to stay right near the coast or offshore. So this just may mean cloud cover at best. So we might not get below 100 Monday and Tuesday. We'll see. And then in its wake, ridge of high pressure comes in, sits right on us. So we're going to get even hotter mid to late next week. And today's run of the Euro gets a little bit more interesting with another system developing in 10 days for the weekend after this one. But we don't think that's going to quite happen. We'll watch future model runs. And if something were to develop 10 days down the road, it would go to the west, because this ridge of high pressure has been the dominant feature for the last 75 days. We don't see it weakening for a tropical wave or even a minimal tropical storm at this point, at least through early next week. Tonight, though, another comfortable night, but not 60s, mostly upper 60s to lower 70s for most of us, mid 70s I-10 corridor and pretty much mid 70s coastal parishes. Then tomorrow it's back well into record territory, 103, 104 to 105 for the northern parishes of Acadiana. Heat index still not too bad, but coming up, 103 I-10 corridor and low 100s for most of us in the coastal parishes, upper 90s for St. Mary Parish. And that heat index, we have had a little break today, maxed out at about 102 or so. Tomorrow, it's back up to 105 to 110, maybe a little bit higher. And then as we head into Saturday, we'll notice that heat index getting even worse, pushing 115, maybe 118. So it's back to that super high heat. Overnight tonight, though, not a bad evening, relatively pleasant. 76 is 1 degree above normal. We haven't been that close to normal in a while, other than the last couple of nights, a little bit below normal. And then for tomorrow, it's back to the record heat. 102 is the record tomorrow. We'll go 103. Still humidity not too bad, but inching up as the day wears on. And as we move into the 10-day forecast, we'll notice our temperatures 103 to 104. These will all be records. Then Monday, Tuesday, say I got 30 to 40% in there, mainly along the coast. We'll say tropical wave brushing the coast, and then in its wake, look at this. 106, 105, some of the models going 108 to 109 for the mid to latter part of next week. But look at this triple-digit heat, and we finished a 17-day consecutive record a couple of days ago, and guess what? We got another long record of 100-degree weather possibly coming, and if we don't get much moisture from that tropical wave, we'll still be in the hundreds early next
Listen,
week.
you've broken enough records this season.
Yeah,
we're good. I mean, understand.
We're all fed up with it, I'm telling you.
Fed up is one word.
Yeah.
They're putting it nicely.
We're keeping it G-rated.
Very good. Thanks, Rob.